Hopefully you can hear me. Um, I always want to preface most of my videos. It's summertime. I live in a home without air conditioning, so if you hear fans, it's because I actually have fans. All right, so um, also you might hear a difference in my voice. I sound congested, so I'm about to go through why I'm congested. Um, so this summer, I have been going through a detox, and I kind of want to specify detox versus cleanse. A detox is when you are removing something from your body, hopefully permanently, but not, sometimes things build up. So you have to kind of eliminate things out of your body. And with a detox, you're most times going to have toxins released also out of your body, into your body, out of your body. I feel like when people take on the word cleanse, I think one of the first things that people think about is a juice cleanse. And quite honestly, unless it's a water cleanse, juice is not really a cleanse, especially if it has sugar in it. That's, I'm just putting it out there. So anyway, um, I designed, or I don't know, put together my own protocol for a detox. I've done detoxes before, so I'm not new to it. I've done water fast before. I've been an IF person since 2016. Okay, so I'm no stranger to fasting, water fast. The one thing I don't want to try, quite honestly, because I know my body, is a dry fast, and you're about to find out why. Because as I was detoxing this summer, I definitely supported my system with lots of water, but it wasn't until like the last week or so that I didn't drink as much water because of the environment I was in, and it started showing up in the detox symptoms. So let me tell you what I was doing. So again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't take this as medical advice. So as I said before, I am an IFer. I do different kinds of fasting over the years. Over the summer, because it's so hot, I usually just end up doing the OMAD because it's hot. And cooking is, troublesome. So it's just easier to have one meal a day, drink plenty of fluids and all that. And because I'm an educator, and this does come into play, as an educator, I'm off over the summer. I was still working though, by the way, so just letting you know. But having less time on my feet moving around was a great way to start restoring my system, releasing toxins and all that good stuff. So that's, what I tend to do. I tend to do my more stringent detoxes over the summer for that reason. So last week, teachers came back to pre-planning, what we call preparing for the students, like unpacking our classrooms, start getting lesson plans ready, and meetings. I'll just say that. So lots of meetings and book study and all that stuff. And I was still doing my detoxing, but the difference was last week I started wearing my mask again. So another thing, during the summer, I just didn't spend a lot of time out in public. Thus, I didn't have to wear a mask because I didn't want to be in public. And when I was in public, I was wearing a mask. And so I was wearing a mask. during pre-planning when we had at least more than 5 or 6 people gathered together. Um, and that made me not drink as much water. And so that's where the trouble started. It started to build up. Okay? So we had pre-planning last week, starting on last Monday, the July 25th, I believe. Yeah. So there was that. And then anytime I, like I said, was in a group of people, I was wearing my mask. When I'm in my classroom, no mask, not a problem. And drinking water, still being okay. But when you're detoxing, you're in a vulnerable state. Okay? And I almost forgot that I needed to not only just release toxins, but I need to be building up my organs, the ones that will help me in the future be more resilient. So the school building was still being worked on, remodeled, all that good stuff, paint. I have triggers for migraines. And some of the things I can deal with, I can prevent. Some of these things I cannot. And smells are one of those things I cannot. So I was already feeling weakened, releasing toxin, and coming into a building that was still being remodeled and painted. The fumes started to get to me, and I think they would have gotten to me anyway, but still, it's like under those conditions, I definitely was even more vulnerable. I was, as long as I left the building, I was fine, and come back, I was, had to deal with it. Wearing the mask, actually, believe it or not, actually helped a little bit. And so this past week, trying to make sure I have the dates correct. The 1st, yes, the week of the 1st, in our school started that particular week. I don't want to go too detailed, but this last week, so school started. So of course, there's lots of anxiety on my part, being that the virus is still out there, and there's people not wearing a mask, and there were co-workers still getting the virus, even in pre-planning the week before. So I'm a little bit stressed. I'm a little bit concerned about those things, and knowing that kids and families are traveling the world and doing all the things, right? Sorry, I need a beverage. Cheers. Not alcohol, by the way. Doing all the things. So I already knew it was in my plan to wear a mask. Okay. So before I go more into my story time, I'm going to go over Detox Dangers. Okay. So when you're detoxing, you've got to be careful of certain things. You're going to have a detox sickness. And that doesn't mean stop. Like I've talked with people who, the moment that they change something in their diet, oh, I got a headache, that means I need to keep doing it. No, it means you're detoxing. Your body is trying to let go of all of that. It's trying to hold on. That's why it's giving you a headache. It's called withdrawal. Don't do it, So, yeah, detox sickness. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel fatigued. You're going to feel ungrounded, or I don't want to say woozy, but close to what woozy is, I guess, for people. Ungrounded, fatigued, congested. I'll get to this in a minute. Migraine. So this past week, right before school starts, I get a migraine. Lucky for me, I have, my other minerals on hand, but it's also giving me, my body is telling me, you need to be doing something more to take care of this detox sickness. So I took care of the migraine, which I'll tell you in a minute what I did. But I also ignored other signs and symptoms. So I was obviously tired, but I was like, oh, I'm hot, walking around, unpacking the classroom, putting the classroom back together, and all this work, running around. And then I end up getting a rash. A small one, though, right here. And I never get rashes, y'all. Like, I really do take care of the things I put in my body to the point where, why is there a rash right here and nowhere else? It wasn't, I thought at first it was insect bites, but if it was insect bites, why don't I have them all over my body and not just right here? So anyway, yeah, I had a little rash. And so again, I kind of ignored it, didn't pay attention to my body. And so yeah, migraine, fatigue, feeling a little ungrounded. And the congestion part came Friday. Okay. So at our school, we do test for the virus weekly. So I knew it wasn't the virus because I tested negative. But the day before, I was sitting right next to a coworker, ended up with COVID. Okay. I wasn't worried that I had COVID because, like I said, I wear my mask. So I'm always masked. And that morning, I tested negative. And then by the end of that day, Friday, afternoon, like I don't remember much because once I got home, I tried to make my dinner. I was like, I'm tired. I'm so tired. And so I just went and lie down and started getting this insane headache. Like not quite a migraine, but different. So I was like, do I have COVID? So I was like, do I have COVID? Is this what COVID feels like? It's like my head, my face, my lower back. Then I was like, well, do I have the flu? It's like, because I don't have any mucus, not at the time. So there was no mucus, just pain, lots of pain, and lower back pain, okay? And my Friday night obviously was horrible. I felt like garbage, okay? And so those are the things you look out for. Those are all the symptoms that showed up in me because I did not continue to do the other things that I need to do when I am detoxing. When I was wearing the mask all week, throughout the day, I wasn't drinking enough water. That is important. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of liquids, unsugared liquids. Okay? Even this is, unsugared. So I wasn't drinking enough water. And then the thing that finally I figured out what was going on with me, because all the signs and symptoms also pointed to a sinus infection, except for the one symptom I was looking for. I was like, well, I'm not congested. It's like I'm not stuffy. I just have this head, my face, my teeth, my lower back. And so I tried something that I hadn't been doing like I should be doing. Was lymphatic massage. Okay? So the moment I started doing the lymphatic massage, the pain started to dissipate because I could feel my sinuses draining and the pressure was released. Okay? So lymphatic massage is very important. It's free. You can't hurt yourself doing it. It's necessary. Okay? You can do something as simple as massaging your face. You know, I could show you a little bit, but um, that is something that's easy to do. Drink lots of water and keep your lymph flushed, okay? Otherwise, it'll build up and you'll end up with bad stuff. So now, the fact that I'm sounding and feeling congested without the pressure is actually a good sign for me, because then that way I can continue to flush it out. Um, and then the other part of it, which I was kind of doing but not really doing again, yeah. When you get out of your routine and you're starting the new routine, you forget. But I won't forget it. Moving forward, I won't, because there was a lot of pain this week. I've been through a lot. Like, my body literally is like, you know what? Stop. Okay? So, you want to also strengthen your detox organs. Okay? So, your detox organs, you have about 6 of them. Most people know about like three of them. Let me make sure I have got my list. 3 of them. There is the lungs. Okay? That a lot of people don't know. I'm just going to go by order of least known to best known. All right, so lungs, skin, your lymphatic system, your kidneys, your intestines, and your liver. Let me repeat that again. Your lungs, your skin, your lymph system, your kidneys, your intestines, and your liver. Those are your detox organs. Okay? When we're on our spiritual journey, they tell us a lot about, not taking impurities into your body. Some impurities you can't help. Like I said, smell is a trigger for me. So I can't wipe away smelling from the environment when it comes towards me. It's going to give me, migraine. But I can strengthen my organs that I need to help me detox chemicals and things that are not good for me. So, what I can do, drink more water. Easy peasy, and it's free. Lymphatic massage, as I said, also free. And then what to do for those organs? Well, I mean, there are some things you could do. There are some supplements you could take. It's funny that the detoxing kind of leads to, I don't know how to describe it, but basically fasting. When I say fasting, it's like, didn't fasting cause this? Yes and no and yes. So your liver needs a rest. Okay? Anything, that's why I'm back on this cleanse word. Anything that enters into your body, your liver has to work it out. Anything. Now, most people know alcohol is a big issue, but they don't think about all the other things that your liver has to process. Sugars. Okay? So, when people say, I'm on a juice cleanse, I'm like, okay, you're not really helping your liver like you think you are. So you've got to take care of your liver. Love your liver, okay? I personally take milk thistle. It helps a lot. And, yeah, water. Okay? There are some supplements you can take while fasting. And part of my protocol was the idea of taking serapeptus to eat away a lot of the dead protein. So that is my protocol right now. Eat away a lot of the dead protein and hopefully, release the rest in your urine. Okay? That's why you drink lots of water. Okay? Then there is, like I said, lymphatic massage. Those people also, some people like to do dry brushing. I have not personally done dry brushing. I do have a rebounder. It's like a mini trampoline, and that helps with your lymph too. Or you can just bounce up and down. It's easy. Another thing that I do, and that I don't think a lot of people think about, is replacing your toothbrush during your fast or detoxing, and then after it too. Okay? First of all, toothbrushes are not that expensive, so I don't see why people are holding on to toothbrushes for a year, 2 years, and all that stuff. They're not that much money, first of all. Second of all, I also had, yet another indication. So even in my classroom, I have a toothbrush. Yeah. So I was just feeling like of course I brushed my teeth that morning and I didn't eat anything. So I'm just like, whatever. But, during the day, before I even had lunch, I was like, my mouth feels gross. Like, ugh. Like something was extra grimy in there. And so I used my classroom toothbrush to brush my teeth. And I was like, I remember, I have to replace my toothbrush when this is over, or even now. Actually, I went ahead and did it today. I just replaced my toothbrush, and then when I'm completely done with the detoxing, I'm going to replace it again, okay? Because you're getting all this stuff coming out. As I am congested now, all this stuff is coming out, okay? And or you can do oil pulling. I remember when that was a trend, and a lot of people, I don't know. But I really think that's a good idea to oil pull. So you can do that, pull out more toxins out of your sinus cavity and stuff like that. And then I'm also going to add one other thing that I didn't think about until I started doing the research. Activated charcoal. Yeah. So for my bedtime ritual, which is in about, 15 minutes or so, I do take morning supplements, and then I have experimented with taking midday supplements. I haven't really done nighttime supplements. And so I'm going to do the activated charcoal, lots of water, because again, I want to flush out all of these toxins while I rest. Okay, and resting is also important. Okay, your body is rebuilding itself. So I hope that you take to heart all these things. So I'm going to recap. Okay, the dangers of detoxing. You get detox sickness, migraines, fatigue, congestion, rashes, okay? Feeling ungrounded, okay? Your remedies: drink water, do your lymph massage, okay? Strengthen your organs. And those organs are the liver. Let me go now, the big one. The liver, the intestines, the kidneys, your skin, lymph system, and your lungs. Okay? Now, for your lungs, I do have one thing that I use that I try to tell people, if you're going to use it, please use it sparingly. Don't overuse it. The NAC for your lungs is awesome. It's amazing. And even right now that I'm congested, I know I'm flushing all of this out. I don't want to take the NAC too much. I did take it today, and I took it the other day too. I also took my oil of oregano the other day. I took it, I think I took it Friday morning, oil of oregano, because of the whole COVID situation. I was like, you're not going to get me COVID. So yeah. I hope this is helpful. Thank you for staying. And the rest of my story time is, yeah, I ended up having a not so great weekend. Gotta get ready for school tomorrow. Drink lots of water. But yeah, lots of water. And incorporate the activated charcoal into my system overnight, so I don't feel too much like garbage in the morning. Oh goodness. And with that, take care. Bye.